Hi there, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Whirlwind of Destruction was a hair-raising, knee-knocking, and spine-chilling painting to create because it was highly dangerous. And I'd bet you $1 to a donut that you've never attempted painting a tornado that was on the move, especially when it was coming your way super fast. One thing for certain, it sure didn't take me long to complete that painting. It's most likely the fastest painting I've ever done. The brush was a blur of colors streaking across the canvas. Believe you me, I couldn't dip the brush into the paint and mix the colors fast enough, as far as I was concerned. As the tornado drew closer and closer, wreaking complete havoc and destruction in its path, I sensed something sinister within its core. Its fearsome presence and demeanor seemed like the sort of monster you might read about within the pages of a Stephen King horror novel. It was dark and spooky, like a boogeyman wearing a hood who was going to step out of the shadows at any moment and slit your freaking throat. The tornado almost appeared as if it had long, sharp teeth, as it ripped and tore the countryside asunder, throwing vehicles, buildings, animals, and even people skyward. I could feel the ground trembling beneath my feet as it approached. But I wasn't the only one scared out of my boots. Even the earth seemed terrified by this whirlwind of destruction. When the tornado was only a twirl or two away, instead of feeling a raging wind, it felt more like a ravenous, sucking sensation. You know, like when you cram a huge forkful of spaghetti into your mouth, there always seems to be one or two long noodles that don't quite make it through your pursed lips. Spaghetti. I think I just might cook some spaghetti for supper. Nice hot sauce and sprinkled chunks of Parmesan cheese over the top of it. Yummy, yum, yum. How about you? Oh, sorry. I seem to have gotten a little sidetracked, thinking about eating. Back to the tornado. The roar created by the tornado was like nothing I had ever heard before. It was as if all the rock and roll concerts that had ever existed were all playing at once, and the volume was turned up as high as it would go. And if that didn't make my ears bleed, it was as if all the millions of fans attending those concerts were screaming at the top of their lungs. I thought I heard a little girl's voice cry out. It sounded like Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz. Toto! Here, Toto! Come here, Toto! Even thought I saw a pair of red shoes go whizzing past my head, almost knocks the frickin' brush right out of my hand. I guess you're wondering how I survived that howling, whirling, terrifying twister. It's not as dramatic as you might think. I fell out of bed and woke up. Yeah, I was dreaming. Can you believe it was the first painting I ever created while sleepwalking? I don't think I want to do another painting like that, though. What a freaking nightmare. You might be wondering which came first, the words or the painting, which is somewhat like what came first, the chicken or the egg. Well, in this case, I wrote the haiku poetry first. Tragic destiny, a tornado of hatred, twisted, gentle love. And in actuality, Whirlwind of Destruction became a reality from a very personal and tragic event. But I'm not going to get into that. However, I will say this, the real-life nightmare eventually had a happy ending. Peace, eh?